How's it going, everyone? This is Josh from Football Talk with JB, and I'm joined by. Can you introduce yourself, Coach?
Yeah, Coach Dee Reynolds, Vincent, Alabama, running backs coach.
Oh, I thought you were the head coach.
Nah, that's old Coach Weatherford. I ain't stepped up to that yet.
Oh, yes.
That's old Coach Lucas Weatherford. He's well known in the state.
Yes, I admit I don't know a whole lot about Vincent, other than Real Town's played him a few times in the past.
Well, hopefully we get him down the road this year in playoffs.
Oh, that'd be a state championship game this year because they moved y'all into the North bracket this year.
Yeah, the North bracket, yeah.
Yeah, and y'all are in quite a spread out region too.
Oh yeah, our closest region game from home is an hour and 15 minutes away.
Wow.
So, and everything else is opposite side of Tuscaloosa. But it's a tough region. We've been in tough regions in the past. I don't know if I would rather have this region or the region that Real Town is in now, because that's a pretty loaded region also.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, we got Lochapoka and Lynette and Lafayette. We got quite Central Coosa. Like, we got quite a few teams that have athletes all over the field.
Oh, yeah. Which, I mean, in the state overall, people don't realize we got some true dogs in this state, from all the way from 1A up to 7A.
Oh, yes, sir. I think people are starting to realize it, but I'd say we're a top 5 state in terms of talent in the state.
Definitely, yeah.
But I know you guys got BB Comer this week. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough game. I know they're probably not gonna be happy coming off that whooping they got from Wadley.
Yeah, many people are looking down on Comer, but one thing you got to know is Coach Foster's going to have those guys ready to play. I wouldn't read too much into the Wadley game. Wadley is probably going to be playing for a 1A state championship here in December. Yes. They're just that good. But, I mean, I know Comer, most people are saying, well, they lost a lot, but, I mean, he's been building that thing up just like we have. So I'm excited. Good thing is we get to get them at home Friday night. So hopefully our fans come out, show us some support like they normally do.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And we know a good bit about Comer because we've had them in the playoffs the last couple of years. I'm definitely not complaining that they moved up to 3A.
Yeah, Coach Foster was actually my high school coach at Winterboro back in 2010, 2011. So I talked to him pretty regularly. Haven't talked to him this week. It's kind of hey, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, yes, sir. Hey, yeah, Coach Foster, he's a great coach and a great guy too. I'd like to interview him one day if I ever could get in contact with him. But
I'll reach out, see what we can do about that.
Oh yes, sir. I would appreciate that. But all right, let's talk a little bit about Vincent, though. I always like to start with the trenches. So, what's the offensive line looking like?
I mean, overall, we've had about the same group the last 3 or 4 years. We got 17 seniors on that team, and Coach White does an amazing job with what he calls his hogs. They're led by Grayson Glide. You know, they got a guy, Bray, on there as our center. Just a really nice-looking group up front. And it's just, with them, it's next man up. If one of them goes down, I think they can rotate about 3 deep at each position, honestly.
Oh, wow.
And that's different for 2A, you know. Most of the time you can only go 1 deep, but we have the luxury with them being upperclassmen. Only 5 of them can go out there at a time, so you might have seniors out there with the second unit. You might have a senior slip to the third unit, so you still have that leadership. And those guys just want to buy in, man. They just want to – we had board drills yesterday, and, I mean, they didn't want to stop. And we're like, hey, guys, we got to go to the next period. Nah, Coach, let's go again. Like, they want to compete. And that's one thing that I think through, you know, us competing for baseball championships here the last 2 years, there's something that's been instilled in Vincent where they think, hey, we can go out and compete with just about anybody at any level.
Yes, sir. And that's a big thing, and especially in smaller schools, like a lot of those playing other sports, it really helps out with the athletes and stuff too, because it really helps out in these small schools. Which I'm more of a small school guy. Cause I started at Tallahassee, and then I went to and I transferred to Reeltown, so I really haven't been in like a big school atmosphere.
I prefer to stay in the small schools. Going back to Coach Fawcett and something that I've picked up from Coach Weatherford, it's something about being able to just go out and cut your own grass.
Yes. Yeah, that's something I hope to be doing one day myself. I'm trying to get into coaching and stuff one day. Got to go back to school for that. I'm looking at starting that hopefully by the beginning of next year. So, but what about the skill position guys? I know you guys have some pretty good skill position guys too at Vincent.
Yeah, skill guys. I mean, we're loaded. We can interchange from just about every position. We got receivers who can play quarterback. Quarterback can go out and play slot receiver for us if we need him to. It's the talent is there. It's not really a huge drop off from player A to player B. I know Phoenix Maxwell gets a lot of the hype, and deservedly so. He is a game changer. We got to get him healthy. But other than that, you can look probably, I can name about 10 or 11 guys and still be missing somebody. And that group spans from 17 seniors all the way down to we got ninth graders making plays.
Yes, sir, and that's key. That's key, especially at a small school. You want all classes to be able to contribute. Okay.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, we're in a tough region, and like I tell my running backs every day, hey guys, it's got to be next man up. This guy might need a blow, and I might, I got a senior running back. He might need a blow. My junior running back might be over there getting taped up. 8th, 9th graders, y'all got to step up. Like, we can't miss a beat. We got to go.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Did you? I didn't even look at the schedule. Did you guys play last week?
We played Winterboro last week. Got a 19-6 win. It was a tough game. It was in Winterboro, a place that I know real familiar. Like I said, graduated from there. Our kids came out and it was a tough road game. And we needed that adversity. I think we honestly came in that game thinking that Winterboro was probably going to lay down for us. And Coach Mansfield and those guys, they were ready to play. Just like Wiley, they're a 1A team who they could go deep in the playoffs. They got Wiley in their region, so there's going to be a pretty interesting matchup towards the end of the season when they get those guys. But they definitely made it hard on us. They gave us a few different looks that we weren't expecting. But all in all, our guys kind of gained their composure there towards the end of the football game, was able to rely heavily on the run game that last drive and put that game away.
Oh, yes, sir. Winterboro's always a pretty tough, hard-nosed team. And you guys, I know you guys played Maplesville in the Jamboree, too, the week before. So, you guys are definitely not – there is no lack of you guys are going to be battle tested, especially going into region play after those first 3 ball games. All 3 very physical teams.
We tell our guys every day, you can't overlook anybody on that schedule. It's probably one of the more harder schedules in the state. We finished the season right before the playoffs with Montevallo. So it's every week we got to bring our lunch pail and we got to go to work.
Oh, absolutely. And let's switch over to defense. Who are some? I know being a 2A school, a lot of those offensive guys are going to play on defense too. But who are some of those guys on defense that are really big contributors?
Defense is I like the defense. Now I don't really work much with the defense. We got Coach Isabel coming in. It's his first year, and Coach Johnston came over from Chillersburg, so they're kind of co-defensive coordinators. But man, we got right now. Grayson Glide is our number 8 in the state in tackles. I think he had maybe anywhere from 13 to 15 tackles last week against Winterboro, and this kid just flies around. And if he doesn't get you, he got about 3 or 4 coming right behind him. We swarm to the ball. You got younger guys like KJ, who's out there. You got Lane Mims coming down from the safety spot. You got a bunch of just gritty guys, and those guys want to compete, and they're up there, hey, I'm getting to the ball before you. No, I'm going to get there before you. It's almost like the Remember the Titans thing where they're going strong side, weak side. It's good. You can hear those guys getting riled up at practice, and it's definitely making us better each day.
Oh, yes, sir. Remember the Titans. That's one of my favorite movies of all time right there. But what about special teams? Like like I said, I don't know a whole lot. I haven't really watched many games or anything. Do you guys usually kick extra points, or are y'all more of a go for 2 type of team?
We got a pretty good kicker. He kicked us 2 field goals against Winterboro last week. I think both of them were about 30-yarders. He's building up his confidence. He can hit it in practice from about 40, 50 yards some days, but we just got to get the consistency up. Kicking is people don't believe this, but kicking is a hard thing. You get in your mind. Most of the time, kickers don't play multiple positions. They're just up there all day off to the side kicking. So it's just really a mind thing. But, he puts in the work. Our punter is also one of our receivers. And I'm going to be honest, against Winterboro, our punter put Winterboro deep a bunch of times. And when I say deep, I mean most kickers want to go inside the 20. This kid is priding himself in going inside the 10.
Oh, wow. Yes, sir. Special teams, like a lot of people overlook special teams, but special teams plays a big key.
It's special for a reason.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And well, Coach, I know you've been mentioning a lot of your coaching staff. Are there any more guys you'd like to brag on the coaching staff?
We have what we like to call a secret weapon. We got a veteran on our staff who's been with Coach Weatherford for a while. Like I said, most people know Coach Weatherford. He's a legend. When I was looking at where to go, everywhere I turned, I said, hey, what you think about Vincent? They said, that's the best guy in the state to learn from. But we got Sergeant Gilbert, as we call him. He's more of a motivational guy. He works with that D-line group, gets them doing different things. But I think last week before the Winterboro game, I got out there a little late after we walked the field, just talking to some guys, and he's out there telling them, listening to Mystical, telling them, hey, the man is right here. You got to let them know every time you step on the field, the man is right here. And, the kids rally behind that type stuff. I'm not really a rah-rah guy, but it's good to have a rah-rah guy on the staff.
Oh, absolutely. You got to have someone that brings the energy. But well, Coach, I'm not gonna keep you too long, but I just wanted to bring you on for an interview. I got another one scheduled later today with with another coach from a 2A program, Jewel Little at Central Haneyville.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm like I said, any coach, any player in the state from any program, I would love to have them on. So.
Like I said, you're here to bring awareness to us, and we're here to help you in any kind of way we can.
Oh, yes, sir. And a lot of it's also about building relationships with coaches in the state, because, there's possibilities that I'm working under any of you guys one day. So,
I didn't know you did this until you reached out about a week ago. Most of the time I see you typing in the chats on the bottom of some of the other guys' stuff, and I'm chatting right with you.
Oh, yes, sir. I think we interacted on one. I think it was about Loach Polka moving up to 2A.
Yeah.
I think that's how we met. Yeah. We was talking about. You was asking about what the region looked like, and I was saying I was from Reeltown, and we were in the same region. So, but yeah.
Yeah, that's like I said, between that region and our region, those might be the 2 toughest regions in the state. But both regions are battle tested, and those coaches have had those kids ready to play.
Oh, absolutely, and
it's an adjective that we normally use here at Vincent, where iron sharpens iron, and yet it happens, within your program, but outside your program too. I mean, every team that we face is gonna make us better, and we're gonna make them better.
Oh, absolutely, and there's no doubt you guys are going to get better from playing all these games, like games against Maplesville and Winterboro, BB Comer. Of course, your region. There's no easy game in your region, and then you close out with Montevallo, who's a 5A school. So
yeah, at the first of the year, I think in the top 10 on Bama 2A, they had out of the 8 teams in our region, they had 5 of them ranked top 10.
Oh yeah, I know. I think Aliceville was in top 10. Solent, Tuscaloosa Academy, Isabella.
Yeah, we were number 8. I mean,
yes.
But we got to put in the work, so that's what we're doing.
Oh, absolutely, Anna.
We go out on the practice field here today about 2 p.m. And it's just we gotta stack the good days together.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna favorite y'all on Max Prep so I can kind of keep up with what y'all are doing during the season too, and hopefully catch a few games on NFHS Network too.
Hopefully, I see you at Protective.
Oh yeah, I hope I do. I hope I do too. I'll be rooting for y'all to get that. Well, I'm rooting for a lot of teams, but there's several. I haven't met a bad person yet. It's coaching, so there's a lot of teams that new teams that I'm having to follow too.
That's right. The coaches who I always say the coaches who do it the best are the ones who don't care about their success. They care about their kids' success.
Oh yes, sir. And I've had people tell me that ask me why I don't want to go coach in college or the NFL. Because that's where the money's at. I always tell them it's not about the money, it's about the kids. And
yeah, I'm a volunteer coach here at Vincent while I finish school, and I mean I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world.
Yes, sir. Like I said, I'm looking at starting school in beginning of next year. So that means you probably didn't graduate too long ago, did
you? No.
Yeah, I graduated the class of 2018.
Yeah, and I was class of 2011, so not too much.
Yes. Hey, well, I love what you're doing, Coach, and just keep doing what you're doing. And like I said, I would love to see y'all at Protective this year. God willing that both of our programs are able to make it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I said, you got my number, you got my contact. You need anything, just shout.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I appreciate that, Coach. That means a lot. All right, Coach. Have a good one, Coach.
All right. Go Jackets.
All right. All right, guys. That was Coach Dee Reynolds. He's the running backs coach at Vincent. I wish I'd asked him his position before we had started talking, because I don't know. He didn't have it in his Twitter bio, But yeah, he's the running backs coach at Vincent, and hey, Vincent sounds like a program like while they're in a tough region, they they sound like they can really, they're really going to compete in 2A. I mean, when you're 3 deep on the offensive line as a 2A school, then yeah, you're very much set up to compete. With that being said, that's going to do it, y'all. Peace out, everybody.